Listen to the Parrot TV, Parrot TV, Parrot TV, Parrot TV.
Do you know that there is a publishing company that wants to make life easier for you as a writer? This publishing company is called World Inkers Printing and Publishing. We publish in all different languages, and we're looking for writers of all genres, all formats. We're looking for scholars, ghostwriters, playwrights, poets, short fiction, novelists, you name it. We're looking for anybody who is interested in writing and the craft of writing to be in touch with us. You can reach us at info.worldinkers@gmail.com. With World Inkers Printing and Publishing, you do not require a lot of money to publish with us. Contact us today at info.worldinkers@gmail.com. Become a winner with other authors at World Inkers Printing and Publishing. Give us a shot. We will surely finish you. Hello, welcome to World Inkers Network. I'm Dustin Pickering, your noble and honest host. Today, our guest was not able to make it because of some scheduling conflicts, so we're going to discuss a little bit in some rough detail the indie lit scene and its importance in literature in general, and some other facts you may not be aware of concerning literature and independent literature particularly. So as we know, to start with, I want to mention that we have 5 major publishing outlets that are kind of usurping the market quite a bit. But the good news is independent literature has a focus and a concern that a lot of these major outlets don't have, which is the simple fact that a lot of people get their start in independent literature, independent publishing. And a lot like people like me, for instance, I'm sort of this anti-establishment poet that navigates various network communities. And I know for a fact that I've never relied upon HarperCollins or Simon & Schuster for my credentials, quote unquote. I haven't even relied upon a university status of any kind. So I can say for a fact that starting an independent literary journal can put your mark in the world. We like to joke about it a little bit. I know some editors are really kind of think that it's a small fry sort of thing, and they kind of tease themselves about it. And there's not much money to be made so much as you can make a name for yourself. You can develop a community that's really important to you as a person, and as they say, you can choose the community you work with, and it's a really positive experience to have a literary journal or a publication company that you get to choose what you promote and what you establish as your writing community that you're working with. So this is a very positive aspect of independent literature that goes unrecognized because of the capitalistic environment we live in, which I certainly don't want to denounce capitalism, as some of our shows sometimes do at Parrot TV. But, I do want to say that, that money is not everything. And of course, it's in the independent literary scene, most of us are not making, extraordinary, returns on our products. And so it's something that you don't really necessarily do strictly for a financial reward. We want to turn that around and start getting writers pay at World Inkers Network. We're working very hard on that, which reminds me, if you guys out there are watching today and you want to help us out, you can donate a little bit here and there, or you can just donate one time to PayPal. Our handle at paypal.me/nyparrot. Very simple process, just send us a little cash, and we'd love to hear from you. And if you have any comments or questions or anything like that. Right now, the New York Parrot website is a little bit dysfunctional. It's going to be a little time before we put it together again and get it up and running. So I don't have any way to publish anybody's poetry on that site. But speaking of independent literature, as I've been talking about, I do have my Transcendent Zero Press website, which I'm looking for individual poems, whatever you have that you feel like you want to be on the website, you think is worthy of our time and energy to publish. get in touch with me. I'd love to take a look. I'm looking for some people to put on there and feature as on our blog on Transcendent Zero Press's own website at transcendentzeropress.org. If you're interested, then please do look at that website. It has all of our books we've published, all of our authors, and as well as a blog that gives some good ideas about what we publish. And there's a lot of stuff going back to 2010 on there when we started the site. So just go through and dig around, and if you like it and you don't like it, whatever, tell us what you think. Leave a comment on the website. Follow the blog itself. We'd love to have you as a follower of Transcendent Zero Press's blog at transcendentzeropress.org. A lot of authors get their start in independent literature. Editors that work for literary journals, I mean, they don't always give you feedback, but some do, and they've been probably a lot better in the past when you had to do snail mail, I would assume, than emails and form letters and so forth. But a lot of editors still to this day will tell you that if they like what you're writing, but they think it can be improved on, they will tell you, this is a place that you can perfect your working. You can take this particular phrase or word and maybe switch it a little bit, or they give you some solid advice. Editors in independent literature, I've had several myself. Shout out to Inverse Journal. Shout out to the Colorado Review. Those guys both helped me out significantly with the work they've published on their websites. What they told me, this is great writing, or this is a great idea, but this right here in this particular position, this could be improved on. You can elaborate here. What does this have to do with the central thesis of your work? And they ask a lot of questions, and I found that these guys, even though the Colorado Review is sort of establishment, Inverse Journal is based in Kashmir, so it's independent, and the editor there is excellent. Really good advice he gave me regarding reviews. And I was reviewing a poem called Scowl by Jay Sizemore, which he advised me. He said, look at what's being said critically of the work and address those critiques and concerns in your review when you're writing a work of critical importance like this. On this particular piece that was written that was very controversial, and I wanted to defend the piece, so I was writing in defense of it. And he gave me advice to address specifically certain things that have been said against it that I should take into consideration. So it was a very good critique. And these guys encourage you when you get published in an independent journal, an independent press takes your work. You have the full scope. I mean, you're going to do a lot of work in promoting your book, promoting your work. But it's still the best thing about it is you're working with a community that you find really, steadfast, honest, loyal. If an editor or a press owner takes a liking to your work in the independent scene, you can almost guarantee that you have a friend as well, most likely, and also someone who will be defending and supporting your work for a long time. So I do that as myself, as an editor, and as a publisher. I like to promote people's work. That's what I do for as much as I can possibly do. It's a wonderful process. You really get to know more about literature, more about the world around you, and so forth. So it's really a very positive experience overall. It's a lot of extra work if you're working a job or two jobs. Some people work 2 or 3 jobs. If you're doing that and you're trying to publish at the same time, there's a lot of difficulties with commitments. I know a lot right now. A lot of publishers are slower on the draw. I've noticed a lot that I've had trouble getting responses. The New Yorker has been holding one of my poems for about 1.5 years now, and I haven't responded. So there's an establishment magazine that's not prioritizing me, obviously, because I'm not that important. In the long spiel of things, it's really, these guys, I don't know how long they're going to sit on this poem. With an independent press, they probably will have a lot less working with, so they can give you more time and more energy if they take your work on, and they can give you more of their own personal commitment to tell you and discuss the process with you and be upfront and honest and loyal to you as an author. So I think those are very positive things to work with when you deal with a small press or an independent publishing company. There's so many out there. We're not taking our market share. I mean, you expect with a number of volume of publishers out there, only like 5 companies own a huge chunk of what profits being made in publishing. I mean, it's amazing how these guys work, and I don't know how they do it. But we do have abilities and power as independent authors and independent publishers and independent thinkers to get in the market and wedge ourselves there and make a difference. I mean, how many of these wonderful writers we know today, Stephen King, was an example. A lot of these guys, they started off with like these small pulp magazines that were, or they started off with a small journal. And if you're a poet, I definitely say small presses are where poetry is found, where the best of the poetry is found. A lot of times you'll find that the risk is being taken mostly by independent publishers. Before you even hear of a name, there's already a small publisher somewhere or a very independent publisher who is taking on these poets and promoting them actively before they're considered, the establishment, or before they're even, their name is even recognized as a major force. So it's a very positive experience overall to be involved with that sort of community where you're developing networking skills, you're developing, you're learning about what publishing is. And this is a good place to jump in. If you don't want to swim on the deep end of the pool, you get into the, more medium or shallow ends, and you kind of learn a little bit in the process. So it's a learning process. Just remember it as you're publishing that you are learning a lot about the process of publishing and so forth. I want to remind people also who are viewing today to subscribe to our channel. And if you want to be a member of the World Inkers Writers Group on Facebook, let me know. I'll put you on there, and you can share your work. You can share your thoughts about the publishing community at large, and you can talk to us at World Inkers. And we're getting ready, and we're gearing up to publishing some wonderful books. I mean, we want to hear from you as an author out there at publication.worldinkers@gmail.com. That's my email as an editor at the publication that we do, the magazine, as well as any kind of books or prospects you may have, any ideas you want to share. We're trying to help writers make money. It's a long process. It's a long, grueling process. I guarantee you that, but we're really committed to it. And we're working hard to make sure that writers do get their deeds recognized and seen and heard and felt in the community at large as a world community, not just the United States where I'm located or, any particular part of the world. We're looking World Inkers Network, a major publication venture encompassing the entire planet as we know it. So if you're out there watching today, remember, again, subscribe to the channel. That's the first step of support. You can support us at PayPal by sending a little cash at paypal.me/nyparrot, or you can just share the content. If you're already subscribing, please send us send out the content. We do interviews on every Tuesday and every Saturday, this time 10 a.m. And on Tuesday, we do 2 p.m. interview with an author or with a person, a creative mind. And so we would love to have any suggestions of people we want, you want to hear on the show or you want to see on World Inkers Network, or people that are, if you personally want to be on the show, you can get in touch with me, Dustin Pickering, at literarycorner@newyorkparrot.com. This is an excellent free place to share your creative ideas, as well as get some exposure for if you have a book coming out, if you have a CD coming out, an album coming out you want to promote, or you're doing a drama piece, that's a performance, We'd love to hear from actors, musicians, creative minds in general here on World Inkers Network to interview you about whatever craft you're committed to and what it means to you and whatever you're working on currently and in the past as well, and whatever future plans you may have. So we'd love to hear from you at World Inkers Network. Don't forget to get in touch with me and subscribe to the channel. If you're watching right now, just hit that subscribe button on YouTube and follow us on New York Parrot at Facebook. Follow World Inkers Network on Facebook. We definitely want to see more from you and more comments, more interactions, more likes, more loves, more anger emojis, whatever you want to share. I mean, hey, if you want to share a middle finger emoji with us, we'd love to see that too. Tell us what we're worth. If that's what you think we're worth, do it. I don't care. Just say what you need to say. We do a lot of shows here at the New York Parrot. We have the Foreign Policy Review, Sports with the Rich, Financial Focus University, the politics, just almost any subject matter, at the New York Parrot here on this YouTube station, New York Parrot. And World Inkers Network is committed to bringing some wonderful worldwide artistry to your YouTube station right here in front of you on Facebook Live as well. So if you guys out there know of anybody, please get them in touch and bring them to me, and I'll definitely get them on the show. And we'd love to talk with you guys about your wonderful works that you're doing out there, and creatively speaking, to promote literature, to promote the arts. Share with us your ideas. We'd love to hear them. And definitely, again, I want to repeat, as I do at the end of the show, which is going to be a short show today. So if you want to be supportive of us financially, you can get in touch at paypal.me/NYParrot. That's our PayPal handle. And if you want to submit some money, some little extra cash for us to support us and our various endeavors. Or if you just want to be on the show or send somebody our way, you can get in touch with me, Dustin Pickering, at literarycorner@newyorkparrot.com. That's my email at this particular venture. And if you want to submit work to the magazine, which will be semi-regular at this point, we're putting a lot of hard work into a lot of things, so we had to sort of spread it out a little more evenly. You can get in touch with me there to submit your work at publication.worldinkers@gmail.com. Now, remember, if you aren't writing, you need to be. Do it regularly. It's a wonderful exercise, a wonderful way to clarify your thoughts. And if you're writing poetry, especially, dig into those depths of your heart and your spirit and just pull it out. Just bring out the beauty and the work that you're meant to do. If you're called to creative work and you have not followed that call, it will be a life of regret for you. I guarantee you, because it's a wonderful experience, and it's wonderful to continue to write and to continue to do creative work and bring something new, fresh, and original to the world as we know it that you see missing. If you don't see it, create it. If there's a book in you, write it. World Inkers Network, I'm Dustin Pickering, and I'm so glad to hear from you guys. And somebody wants to know, can I share English poetry? Yes, absolutely. English is what we do on the program. And if you want to do that, be in touch with me at literarycorner@newyorkparrot.com. Love to hear from you. Thank you, Anwar Rahim. Wonderful to hear from you. So thanks for watching today, and keep watching. We'd love to have you as a subscriber as well if you have not subscribed. So thank you so much. You guys out there, do some writing today. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, and just keep watching the show. World Inkers Network.
Know that there is a publishing company that wants to make life easier
for you as a writer. This publishing company is called World Inkers Printing and Publishing. We publish in all different languages, and we're looking for writers of all genres, all formats. We're looking for scholars, ghostwriters, playwrights, poets, short fiction, novelists, you name it. We're looking for anybody who is interested in writing and the craft of writing to be in touch with us. You can reach us at info.worldinkers@gmail.com. With World Inkers Printing and Publishing, you do not require a lot of money to publish with us. Contact us today at info.worldinkers@gmail.com. Become a winner with other authors at World Inkers Printing and Publishing.